Hi everybody, I'm going to give you an oldie but goodie. It should inspire everybody, whether you have a woman or not, or a man with a vagina. I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore, and I know too much to go back and pretend, 'cause I've heard it all before, and I've been down there on the floor. No one's ever gonna keep me down again. Oh, yes, I am wise, but it's wisdom born of pain. Yes, I've paid the price, but look how much I've gained. If I have to, I can do anything. I am strong, I am invincible, I am woman. This also goes out to all you women with penises. It doesn't take a vagina to be a woman. You can bend but never break me, 'cause it only serves to make me more determined to achieve my final goal. And I come back even stronger, not a novice any longer, 'cause you've deepened the conviction in my soul. Oh, yes, I am wise, but it's wisdom born of pain. Yes, I've paid the price, but look how much I've gained. If I have to, I can do anything. I am strong, I am invincible, I am woman. I am woman, watch me grow, see me standing toe to toe, as I spread my loving arms across the land. But I'm still an embryo, with a long, long way to go, until I make my brother understand. Oh, yes, I am wise, but it's wisdom born of pain. Yes, I've paid the price, but look how much I've gained. If I have to, I can face anything. I am strong, I am invincible, I am woman. I am woman. I'm invincible. I am woman. I am invincible. I am woman. Oh. Well, that should really get our spirits up today. Oh, how you guys doing? Oh, Mario Estrada. You're the first name I just saw. Oh my goodness. You guys, I gotta see who's joined me today. Oh boy, let's go back. Bobby, you're the first one. Hi, Bobby, and Beth and Francesca. Girl Mom, MS. Guys, that's formerly known as Wheelchair Girl. Oh my, and Ayala. You know what? I just was on Ayala Street. That's a street near us. We went to eat at Norm's Cafe. We had a beautiful breakfast there. Flubber Lane. Hi. Nora, how are you? Hoops and Heartbreaks. Mary, Karen, Patty. Just got back from my appointment confirming pregnancy. How you doing? Wheelchair Girl, you're about to have another baby. You know, there's a delay. Is my mouth moving with my voice? Hello from the Netherlands. Well, hi, Angelique. Hi, Tyler. How are you? And Griffiths. Miss you. It's been a while. Yes, Amy Rogers. Without Amy Rogers, none of this is possible. Oh, Valley Cat, you're so inspired. Good for you. And Valley Cat, it doesn't matter if you have a vagina or a penis. You're still a woman. Annie and Nora, Melissa, Madam, Angel. Oh, Nora, voice of an angel. You're so sweet. Madam Flybot says, sing it. Oh, Lisa Weingard. I didn't get a notification. You know what? I'm so sick of Facebook. I really am. Hi, Jen and Janice and Jerry. But you know, we're going to be positive, okay? Because every journey, what does this say? I can't read it now. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, okay? And that's what I'm here to remind you guys of, okay? We're all on a journey, okay? Oh, Griffiths. Peter Lemos. Hi, gorgeous. How are you? Share out all. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, I love you too, Mario Estrada. And Barbara and Hope. Hi, honey. Francesca. Brian, I'm working it. I am working. Put your wig forward, you smidge. Oh, Rachel. Already. You guys, I want to point out that Rachel Yvonne was the first negative comment I've received. You know what? I'm sorry. Some women are blessed with big foreheads, okay? Because the most intelligent people have big foreheads, okay? So I'm guessing your hairline starts right here. Okay. Oh, Ariel, thank you so much. I love performing for you guys. I do. Hi, Kim and Barbara. Robert. Oh, Robert. How you doing, honey? Spencer. How are you, Spencer? Hi, dear. Oh, Angelique, Kevin, and Christy. Hi, dear. Rachel, how are you? Oh my God, Alexandra, how are you, darling? How are you? She's coming to us all the way from France. And Heather, too many technical glitches for my sensitive ears. Really? Heather, are you saying I didn't sing it good enough? You guys, what I am here for today is What Would Hogatha Do? Where you can ask me questions. And I'm here to inspire you to be the best you that you can be. Think of me as your life coach, okay? People have asked me, oh, hi, Donnie and Krista and Barbara. Brian, you're doing so many lives lately. I'm trying. Mouth moves with voice fine. Thank you, Peter. Oh, Lisa. Stu James, how are you? Show Bobs and Vagine. I can show the Bobs. I don't have the Vagine. I just have a clitoral tunnel. As many of you know, I was not born with a vagina, just a clitoris that is recessed into my fupa. Joining from Atlanta, Georgia. Hi, Haskins. Great. Life with, Adam and Dale. How are you guys doing? Yeah, they just came back from a beautiful, wonderful, fabulous vacation from a volcanic island. It was gorgeous. I saw all their pictures. You should go look at their YouTube. They have a YouTube channel, Life with Adam and Dale. It's beautiful. You know, it's an inside look at what it's like to be a Welsh homosexual with a dispensable income. Francesca, I am over my illness. I am. Some might say I'm mentally ill. Hoggy, you are the best life coach for the. Okay, Shane. Okay, Shannon, you wrote LGBT XYZ123 person. You forgot the 2S in front, okay? You're going to be canceled if the wrong person sees that. Lisa Wingard coming back over to YouTube where the hip kids are. Oh, good. Life with Adam and Dale, yes. Look for them on YouTube. Fabulous vacation. Fabulous vacations. Steve says, what would you rate your white privilege on a scale of 1 to 10? Well, this is the thing. 10 being completely Aryan. Okay. I don't hit that mark. Okay. I have between a 15 and 20%. Well, see, this is the secret. You know, I get that the Spanish and Portuguese want to pretend they're not white, but we are white. We're European, but you know, we got that Latin flair, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I'm 15 to 20% of Iberian. Okay. 1% African. Okay. So on a scale from 1 to 10, my privilege probably falls within, I would say maybe 6, but I'm also morbidly obese. I'm also a female and I'm a lesbian. Okay. That knocks me down to a 4 at least. Okay. Hi, Joe. How are you? Not just fabulous Paige, but fabulous boys. They are the fabulous boys. Okay. And I'm going to let you know something, and you're not going to, did you see the Dave Chappelle special? I didn't, but I want to. And I've heard some things about it. And, you know, it doesn't offend me. You know what? You know, just like when you saw when the hacker, there was a hacker who got onto my page. Okay. And it was very distasteful what this person did and put my name on it. Very distasteful. But you know what? I was shocked to see people liked it.
Now, I'm not one, I can't laugh about things like that. Okay, I don't think it's funny personally, but a lot of people do. Okay, so I did leave that up for them. Okay, for the people who did like it. I was shocked that, people did think it was funny, and I do question their taste. But, that's the thing. There's something for everybody. And you know what? If nobody wants to watch Dave Chappelle, they'll just turn off their TV. Life with Adam and Dale said, what would you do if your usual holiday to Florida was almost $2,000 more expensive than usual? I'm just going to call it dollars. I know it's pounds or whatever. I see that symbol and it looks like an L and I want to say lira, but I know that your currency is not lira. Oh, Lisa Wingard, thank you so much. She's just all over the place. Frank Andrews says, hey, sexy Hogatha, I want to lick that zit on your lip. Yeah, you know what? I think it's from the weather change. I really do. How to send packages. I want to send some Herpacil. Oh, here we go. If you guys want to send me anything, I'll open it up on the show. Right there you go. You'll notice it's scrolling on the bottom here. You guys, today I'm eating grapes. Well, you can't see it because it's green, huh? Look. That's a grape. And I got 2 strawberries. Okay. I don't see, this is the thing. I buy strawberries all the time. And you should too. It keeps an immigrant employed. Okay. And honestly, to not buy strawberries is to be racist. I'm just saying. Valley Cat says Dave Chappelle is the black face of white supremacy in comedy. They did say that about Larry Elder, who is running for governor in California. Okay. Hi, Randy. How are you? You guys, okay. So what I'm doing today is, since I have no presents to open, I'm here as your life coach today. Okay. So you can ask me anything. Do you have any advice? People, I get letters from all over the planet, literally, asking me, how have you... Life with Adam and Dale says, strawberries remind me of a prolapsed arsehole. Well, darling, a lot of you may not know, a lot of you newcomers may not know that Adam and Dale, they're a homosexual couple out of Wales. Very proper gentlemen. Especially, it's funny. Watch their videos. You will see how very proper they are. Okay. Sometimes I wonder if they think they're Princess Diana. I don't know. But I'm going to tell you, they're very freaky in the bedroom. They actually use traffic cones in their sex life. Okay. You know what I'm talking about. The big orange ones that are small on top but get bigger at the bottom. I don't know. Can one of you, Adam or Dale, can you tell me who can hit the floor? Who can hit the floor with ease? Once you sit on it. Yeah, strawberries. What do you think of Let's Go Brandon chant? You know what? I think it's beautiful. I want to get a shirt that says Let's Go Brandon. People, they really love that race car Brandon, that they are actually chanting that all over stadiums all over the United States. They really like Brandon. Hey, Amy Polander, how are you? Carlos, how are you? How are you, Carlos? Okay, you guys. So not only am I eating, I have grapes and strawberries, but I'm eating a brownie. I made brownies last night. I got to treat myself a little bit. You guys, see, the reason why I'm doing What Would Hogatha Do is because a lot of people write to me and they say, Hogatha, you know what? Over the past 2 years, I've been watching you. We've really seen you grow. Hi, Dante. How are you? We've really seen you grow. Okay. Not just as far as beauty, but as far as confidence. Okay. And as some of you have noticed, no, not Special Griffiths. That's another thing. I'm drug free. Okay. I'm not saying that I'm better than all of you, but I am drug free. And I feel great. Life with Adam and Dale said we're better than Princess D because we're alive. Too soon. You know what? A lot of these people who are watching don't even know who Princess Diana is. Let's be honest. Too soon. Oh, it wasn't soon enough. Yeah, they've really, I'll tell you, they've really milked that Princess Diana death, haven't they? You guys, I want one of those commemorative Hamilton collection plates, and I want to set it on my nightstand. We dope fiends are way below you. Lisa, never. I would never suggest that. I wouldn't. Okay, but this is the thing. Since I've been doing my online thing, I mean, look at me. I've become a way more beautiful than when I first started out as. I'm learning proper makeup techniques and hairstyles and fashion accessories. And I've also learned a new way of eating. I eat a lot of fruit and I drink a lot of water. It is hi, Marta. Marta, where are you at today? Whose couch are you sleeping on today? You guys, Marta lived in the OC. Okay, Orange County. Okay, most people would know that as the so-called Republican area of Southern California. Where the housewives of Orange County. I bet you lived really close to them, Marta. Marta, why didn't you ever audition for that show? You could have easily been an Orange County housewife. Okay. Yeah, Chrissy, you think I'm getting too skinny? Carlos says I vote yes. Okay, so this is the thing. Oh, you're in Idaho. Good. Is it snowy there yet? Hi, Cheryl Ann. Hoggy, you should be on Housewives. I could be on the Housewives of San Bernardino. Okay. In case you don't know, San Bernardino is the 16th most violent city in the United States. How I'm still alive, I don't know. We hear gunshots all the time. I mean, it just so happens that the city, it's so funny. Never mind. That's really going to bug some people. That will bug some people if I mention the demographics of the most violent cities in the United States. So I'm not going to mention the demographics of the most violent cities in the United States. I happen to live in one of them, and I can tell you I'm a minority. Rachel Leby, Rachel, are you still doing your show? Tell us what show you're doing on Facebook. Alex, how are you, dear? Where have you been? Alex, been a while. Oh, good. I missed you too, darling. Do you have a gun? Oh, yes, I do. I have a semi-automatic 45. It's called a CZ. It's made in the Czech Republic, and it's supposed to be a very good gun. I have shot at a couple of, not to mention a lot of meth. Yeah, Andy, there's a lot, all these violent cities have a lot of drugs in them, don't they? You're visiting your dad. It's going to snow soon, probably in a few weeks. Oh, I love the snow. Hi, Divine Waters fan, how are you? Steve Dave says that I should do the opposite and mention the demographics of the safest cities. Yeah, I kind of took a break, but I'll be back at it soon. Oh, good, Rachel. Do you think is it fun? You think it's fun? I do. It's a good time, but I know you're working, aren't you? Can someone please help? Can someone else please help me money for groceries, please, for my daughter and I? Is this really happening? Like, look, Tracy Quinn. Tracy Quinn, you know what? I'm really going to plug you. Here we go. Tracy, I don't like it when anybody's starving. I imagine that your little daughter's just skin and bones, isn't she? Oh, Tracy Quinn. Let's see. Tracy. Oh, hold on. Let's find Tracy Quinn. You guys, we really got to help her out. Oh, here we go. Oh, Tracy. Okay. Where can I stream it from? Oh, okay. Oh, you'll show proof that okay. Tracy, I want you to go ahead, girl. I struggle every month, but I ain't about to ask no stranger for faux money just to watch a movie. Wait, you want to watch a movie? You're asking for money to watch a movie, Tracy? Tracy, you know what? You've come to the right. I'm going to let you know something, Tracy. You know what? The God has sent you here for a reason. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you, not only are you white, but you got a little girl, okay? Hogatha, did you wash your pussy today? Always. Well, I washed my clitoral toner. I'll donate. We can't let the children starve. Can someone please send me money for more drugs? Tracy, I want you to keep watching because I have a video lined up just for you, okay? Now, first of all, don't ignore your privilege, okay? Now, you also got a child, and I'm going to tell you, children nowadays are just little paychecks, okay? Oh, hi, James Campbell. How are you? Tracy, I don't think that you're looking at your privilege and your advantages as a white woman in the United States, okay? Now, I'm assuming there's no man in your life, okay? Okay, so you automatically can get food stamps for that child. Hi, Greta Hansen Money. How are you? She could use all that sinfulness to make a few. Right, Cheryl. Now listen. Tracy, I hope you're still watching because I'm not kidding you. I have it all queued up. You guys, I'm going to play a short video. And you know what? This is for Tracy, okay? Oh, damn it. This is for Tracy. And Tracy, this is right up your alley. Does anybody have any money to send me? Okay, now, Tracy. Now, I know your daughter is probably just skin and bones, like I said. And is she still coherent? You know? Are you skin and bones yet? Because I'll tell you one thing you could do. You could always cut your wrist. Not to kill yourself. I would never suggest that. Know any good jokes? I know lots of them. But what you do is it's called bloodletting. And you let your daughter suckle on your blood. Now, that depends on how hungry she is and how much you really care, okay? You could let your daughter feed off of you, okay? But, you know, churches, you know, well, yes, of course, they don't pay taxes. And yes, blah, 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 blah. A lot of them give out money. They give out food. And I'm going to let you know, I've stood in church lines and they have fed me, okay? And you know what? Get your daughter, you know, put some rouge on her or some contour to make her cheeks suck in. Pinch her while you're in line so she can cry, so she appears to be more hungry than she might be. But you know what? You really got to play it up, okay? Really play it up. Churches will pay your bills. They will give you money. Honey, in fact, I'm gonna go sell my plasma, and I'm gonna make $1,200 in a month doing that, okay? If there's a will, there's a way, darling. And with that said, I want you to watch the small video, okay? And this woman, very enterprising woman, okay? Very enterprising woman, and she's going to teach you something. Here we go.
So when you approach the pig, have a mental conversation with the pig. Be like, check this out, Jared. This is our first time meeting, and it probably is going to be our last time meeting. But I just want you to know that I'm going to suck the life out of you. This isn't going to be the bedhead. You're going to be crying to your owner, Jared, for me to come back. You heard? So that's what you need to have a conversation. You need to have a conversation with the dick. And just let it know what you're about to do mentally, heard? And when you do, you need to make sure you live up to those expectations. Rule one! Don't use your fucking teeth. Your teeth? Act like you got dentures. Act like it. That's how you need to be. Make sure your lips is moist with saliva or lip gloss. I don't prefer lip gloss, but start like that. And then go ahead and stick your dirt up in there. And it's a good time. So number two, when Jared is in your mouth, don't not use your eye contact. Don't try to stare at the dick. Don't try to stare at Jared. Look up. Niggas love when you look up. So Jared's in my mouth, right? And so now go like that. Niggas love that. Niggas love when you stare at them. Because you own the dick. Now you own Jared. Because when I look up at you, I'm confident. I am fucking confident. When I'm confident. Number 3, when it's in your mouth, use your tongue. So, niggas love me like that. So, use your fucking tongue. The tongue is crazy. And number 4, when you need a break, go ahead and take Jared out your mouth, right? And then this is where number 3 is gonna come in a little more. Just lick around like that. That's giving your jaw a little break. And number 5, if you really need a break too, and you're like, my tongue hurts, use your hands like this, but use both of them and just stroke it, and then look up too, so they don't be like, she's fouling. So put it in your so this is where speaking like, if you need a break tired, just twist the dick slowly. Actually, the furthest hand to the balls, like go like this, and then the closest one to the head, go slow. Hand coordination. I don't have rhythm, but I can do this great. So do it. Like, so this closest to the balls, and then this one's going to be like that. There, that made boy go crazy. And then look up.
I want to make a comment right now. I don't understand how she doesn't have rhythm. I don't know. Am I wrong for that? I just assumed that she would have rhythm. But what was your name again? Tracy? Was it Tracy? Tracy, this is advice that you could use to make money, okay? Okay? This is advice you could use to make money. I'm here to help you, honey. Okay? I'm here to help you.
To make sure you're staring, good eye contact, honey. And everything's good. And so, if you use those 5 steps, he gonna come back. He gonna be like, what the fuck is this? I don't want you bitch, but I do. What the fuck? I don't know if I'm in love or what the fuck was that? Girl, I'm telling you. Also, you can do it when it's in your mouth too. You can use your hands. So, like that. Some dudes don't like hand movement, but you gotta know how to do it right, because some people can't deep throat. So if you're not a deep throater, you gotta use your hands to get the back of their penis, right? That's what the fuck you gotta do. Just use your hands to get the back of the penis. But I think every girl should try to deep throat. Try to deep throat. Are you gonna gag? Yes. When I was drunk, story time. When I was drunk, I actually threw up. But he was my boyfriend or whatever, so it didn't matter. I was drunk, he put the dick all the way back there, and I kind of puked on it. But that's nasty. But it happens. So make sure that doesn't happen. And when you feel it, like gargle, because guys like that. Guys like when you make noise effects and shit. Even if it's dick like it, you like that, and you like that. But deep throat, deep throat, deep throat. Use your hands, use your eyes, and you all good, baby.
Wasn't that wonderful? Her testimonial is wonderful. Hold on. You guys, my poor production skills. That woman. Okay, so Tracy, it was meant for you to be here today, wasn't it? You just learned some wonderful skills on how to make money. Okay? Don't say I've never done anything for you. Okay? Hoggy, so excited to see you on. Hi, Glenn. Right, Amy? I guess a finger in the ass is out too. Yeah, you know what? What was that woman's name? Let me see. What was her name? Her name is I want to give her credit.
Hey, what's good? This is Jay. Thanks for tuning back into my channel.
Her name is Camilla J.
Hit that subscribe button.
Her name is Camilla J. And she wants you to hit that subscribe button. Okay? But she had some great advice for you, Tracy. And you know what? The goddess sent you here. The goddess sent you here. So you know what? Good travels to you and your daughter. I wish you all the success in the world. And maybe, you know what? Your daughter might learn a couple things on how to take care of herself when she becomes old enough to work. Okay? Make sure she's old enough to work. Camilla J., your mom is so proud. Tracy, say thank you to Hoggy. She won't. I have a feeling that Tracy's just very ungrateful. And hi, Sir Fat and Trace. She is nasty. I'm sorry. No soup for you. This is the thing, Tracy. Today was a gift, okay? Today was a gift. Okay, you're a young woman. Wait, vegan fluid says I'm laughing so hard my bladder got busted. I think a traffic cone would be just better. I don't know, but Tracy, I have a feeling that you've had a lot of opportunities in life that you've let slip by. Don't let this one slip by. Okay. Okay. Sell to a sniffer website. Well, it's grocery shopping later. Bye, Glenn. Yeah, Amy. Anybody hear from Hugh Jass? You know what? I would really hate to believe that he's watching and just not saying anything, just so he could see if he's being missed or not. Or he could be watching from heaven. Who knows? For all we know, he could be sitting in his mobility scooter, sitting in his own feces, waiting for someone to come and help him. Who knows? He could be sitting in his mobile home for months on end, stuck to his chair, sitting in his own feces, starving to death. Chrissy says that she thinks Hugh Jass might have died. So many people doing DoorDash. They are. You know what really irritates me? Me and Marquina, we went out to breakfast today. And we were sitting there waiting for our food. But then they have like a little DoorDash section where they're just stacking up bags and stuff. And it's like, but we're here right now. We want a hot meal. Hogatha is right. Dried feces is very adhesive. You guys, can I share a secret with you today? And I'm not kidding you. Last night I discovered, well, it wasn't last night. I've had this cyst under my fupa for some time. Have you ever heard of a Mexican hot pocket? Let's look at that. You guys, let's see. You know what? Divine Waters fan really is educating us today. Mexican. Yeah, we're here to learn today. Mexican hot pocket. Let's see. Here we go. This is in the Urban Dictionary. It says the act of unfolding a hide-a-bed and dropping a deuce and refolding for some unexpected individual to find at a later time. That's lovely. What a lovely gift. Off to sleep. Bye, Dale. Bye, Adam. Is that what you call a fupa cyst, a Mexican hot pocket? Maybe the next variant of COVID got him, or he's hunkered down and just refusing the mandatory vaccine. He was out hunting not that long ago. I love watching Popping's this video for me. I do too. I do love watching that. Receive gifts today. Mail out photos. I am mailing out photos at the end of the day. I checked my P.O. box yesterday and there was nothing in it except some insurance forms for the previous person who had the P.O. box. Okay, but this is the thing. I've had a cyst under my fupa for some time. Okay, and I'll squeeze it. I'll take a really hot bath and I'll get it nice and soft and I'll squeeze it and it discharges, a lot of goo and everything. Hi, Stacy. The next COVID variant is going to be like a Mexican hot pocket. Hi, Kim. Okay, so anyway, I was down there fumbling with my fupa, and did I miss the ordering of the photos? No, I mean, if anybody, Rachel, I'll contact you privately. Can you record your squeezing? I can. I think you should do Hogatha Christmas cards. Oh, that's nice. I like that. I get so much inspiration from you guys today. I mean, I know you guys are inspired by me every time. But you know what? You guys actually... Can we see Hogatha Sisty's cyst? No. It's in a very ugly location. Well, Andy Royce, how are you guys? Andy has made it to Switzerland. Remember when Andy joined us last week? He has made it to Switzerland. How is it, Andy? And have you had sex with your new girlfriend who's twice your age? Or no, who you're twice her age. Have you had sex yet? And is it tight? I would expect if she's in her 20s, it wouldn't get much use, or it shouldn't. I mean, and you're a seasoned gentleman, you know. We all have fupas, Hoggy, no shame. Okay. So anyway, yes, and Andy, you remember you told us that you were very gifted. Did it fit? Because you told us live. I mean, I'm not telling secrets because it's already on video out there. So I'm just reminding the audience that you said that you had an enormous penis and you knew how to work it. Okay. And you had a Prince Albert, don't you? Now I'm wondering, when she unwrapped the package, was she like, like it's the biggest thing I've ever seen in my life and in porn? Did you have to use a shoehorn to get it in? And did she, you know what? I would imagine that men, she is exceedingly happy. I would imagine that men kind of like to see the look of pain on a woman's face when they put it in. You know what I mean? I mean, women, I don't know. Some of you like pain, but I would think a man would be like, yeah, it's causing her pain. Not saying that you want to hurt her, but for yourself, I would think it would make you feel a little good, wouldn't it? Okay, he says it's amazing. The village is a picture postcard. This is where the new village that Andy has moved to. Yes, we spent most of the weekend doing things. Andy says that his woman she's exceedingly happy. Andy is also saying she says it's the biggest she has ever had. And he admitted what I said. It's an ego boost. Oh, Griffiths B. Carr, I'm sorry you got to work today. But you know what? Someone has to pay those taxes for my disability check. So go on. We'll see ya. Okay, see you next time, honey. Have a good day at work. I hope you enjoy it. It was, now Andy, did she have a little bit of pain? Was there a little bit of pain in there? Women usually say it's bigger than it really is. So are you insinuating that Andy is, how can I put it, has a false sense of security, a false sense of manhood? Someone mentioned Christmas cards, but Valentine's cards would be very, well, you know what, Kim, I would have more time to do that, wouldn't I? I heard if you use the pus from Fupasis. Oh, look at Andy. She's my kind of girl. Look at that. I heard if you use the pus from Fupasis on your face, it clears acne almost as good as lesbian period blood. I got to try that. What do you mean I'm no longer on the screen? Stacy, I'm right here. JC, a baby's head comes out of there. Listen to James Campbell. He knows what big is. I'll tell you, he has some big dogs. He says, I'd like a lady's opinion. Don't the men that tend to brag the most have or know the least? That's a question for you vagina owners, okay? He's not just talking about, women. He's talking about men with vaginas too. Okay. Lisa, I'm going to get to your question. Okay, now James, Andy's coming back with, I don't brag. The women tell me this. Okay? Francesca says that James is correct. And Andy says it's also what you do with it too, James. Okay. Stu James says James is a notorious transphobe. James Campbell, are you a transphobe? Because I thought you and Marquina were really good friends, or you're associates and friends and everything. If you're a transphobe, I'm going to have to let Marquina know. Maybe, but I see. Okay, Melissa says that she believes Andy is being sincere and actually humble. So maybe his penis is actually bigger than what he says it is. Well, Andy, wouldn't that be wonderful? Look at Melissa coming right in there protecting you. Melissa, have you seen photographic evidence? Andy says, I just try to make my partner as happy as I can. Well, you know what? With that monster donkey dick of yours, you're filling every crevice and every hole, aren't you? I mean, you know, you're just sticking it in and you're just stretching it out and you're just really taking up the whole volume of her vagina. So, I mean, you couldn't do anything wrong, could you? Divine Waters fan 79 says that he would like to critique your monster dong. We're actually making him blush now. That's cute, isn't it? Stu says, I recently came out as a genderqueer non-binary demi-trans hoggy, and I use XC, XM pronouns. Oh, is that it? You're so common and basic. Okay, so Lisa Wingard said, wait, was it Lisa? Lisa, you had a question. Okay, Lisa says, Hogatha, I need your help. How do I make sure that I apologize for my whiteness sufficiently on a daily basis? Now, see, you're basically walking a tightrope with that one. See, because if you're apologizing all the time, which you should be, the thing is, that means the more you apologize, the more of a presence that you have. And we really are trying to decrease the white presence in our society, okay? We don't want a white presence. It's time for, basically, Lisa, it's time for you to stand back, okay? It's not all about you. I understand that you're a white woman and everything, and you have your privileges and your advantages. But people are sick of it. They're sick of hearing you, and they're sick of seeing you, okay? Because you overshadow everything else with your whiteness. Because, let's face it, being white's great, okay? It's the greatest thing ever, okay? People are sick of seeing your privilege and advantage, and honestly, they're sick of the apologies. They would much rather you just disappear, okay? So I would lay back. I would lay back on the apologies a little bit and really just kind of judge the environment and where you're at. Maybe, you know, I know you live in a certain part of the country where you probably don't see a whole lot of brown skin. Try to stay in your neighborhood, okay? Just, you know what? Because really, the more you apologize, the more that you're making yourself seen again, and you're really triggering the person again, reminding them that they're not white, okay? So that's what I'm telling you, it's what they used to call that, a catch-22. It's quite a conundrum. Okay. Okay, you guys, here we go. We have a brown, oh, they said they're black, okay? Which, are there really black people? Maybe Haitians are black. They're pretty black. But what's your Taga says, that's right, us black people are running this world. Stop the whiteness. You guys, you got to face it. The 13% in this country is running the world, okay? It's just a fact now. Okay. Lisa, order Starbucks and tip a minority well, right? You got to. Melissa says, I have nothing to gain. I have a man 20 years younger than me. Really? Well, it seems like you're gaining a lot. How old are you, Melissa? If your man is 20 years younger than you, he must be really, he's keeping you in that bedroom, isn't he? Isn't he? He has a constant erection, doesn't he? I hope you have a nice bottle of lube. You should stay lubed all the time, okay? If you're going to have a man that's 20 years younger than you, you have a responsibility. Hi, Hunter. Hunter, how are you? How you doing? I'm just sitting here eating a strawberry, keeping the minorities employed. Wait. James Campbell, you know Lurleen Tucker. Me and Lurleen Tucker go way back. Beautiful Christian woman, isn't she? She on her 13th child. Hogatha, how to be less white. I want to do better. Well, first of all, being less white doesn't mean getting a tan, okay? Because that now means, in case you don't know, that's bad, okay? You can't tan because that means I saw that, I'm going to tell you, I've been watching videos from that Nicki Minaj lady. She's a lot smarter than people think she is. She has a different delivery than what you might be used to. But, in her own urban way, she's a very intelligent lady. And she actually came out on Instagram the other day and said, you know what? I wear long blonde straight wigs. I'm paraphrasing what she said so we can understand so I could, tell you, I can convey the message to you. She said, in white women, they tan and they're getting thick lips. I wear long blonde hair. What she was stating is, we're all individuals and we should all dress and look the way we want to look on our terms. It's not up to anybody else to decide what you should look like. Okay. So she was actually supporting white women who do get tans. The funny thing is, it's interesting in 2021 that people actually think that when you're tanning, you're trying to be a different race. When I was a child, people tanned because they didn't want to be so white because it was ugly. They like to have a little color to their skin. Isn't it interesting how people just assume because you want a little color to your skin, a little golden glow means you want to be African American? That's odd, isn't it? What a leap. What a leap. That's like, oh, I want to get a perm. That obviously means I want an afro. And that obviously means I want to be African American. What a leap, huh? Very strange. Okay. Oh, Susan Mills, how are you, honey? Susan, are we still talking about Andy's penis? Oh, hi, Grampy Lobster. How are you? That's a new name. What's your preference on Lube Hog? You know what? I'm going to tell you. Me and Marquina went to a gift store in our neighborhood. It's a new gift store. And it's kind of one of these hip places that smell like marijuana and incense. And they sell little baggies and little empty gel tabs so you can put drugs in them. And they sell pipes and bongs and all kinds of stuff. So you can, and really a lot of things to where you can start your own drug dealing business. But anyway, a lot of Bob Marley and things like that all around the place. But they had a little room in the back. It was called an adult room. Okay. Okay, it was an adult room. And anyway, yes, what would Hoggy do? That's right, Amy. This is the name of the show. What would Hoggy do? In this room, they had a lot of marital aids, okay? But they also had like butt plugs and slings and, whips and stuff. But they had a bottle of lube. It was called Fuck Juice. I mean, really, how ingenious. Fuck Juice. You know what? I like the hybrid lube. There's a lube where you mix, it's a mix of water and a silicone-based product. I don't like, if it's all silicone, it gets sticky. And the water one doesn't, your body starts absorbing it. Okay. Then it starts, it starts getting a little, grip and slip type of action where it's like, that's a good way to prolapse the rectum because you're going to pull out all that meat, the anal meat. And you don't want that. You want a nice slick lube. So I go for the hybrid. Hi, John. How are you? How are you doing, buddy? You take your lady in, Susan's going in for, I'm going to tell you guys, I spent some time with Susan Mills this week. Every time I see her, she gets more beautiful. She does. She's taking care of herself. She's finally in a position that she can take care of things in her life. And I'm going to tell you, every time I see her, she's 5 years younger. She's going in for a big one coming up, and I can't wait to see her. She's going to look like my daughter. Okay. You guys, I got a big one here. You know what, Andy? in reference to thick lips. James, do you like a woman with thick, meaty lips, like upstairs or downstairs? Brian says, how big is it? Are we still talking about Andy? You know, Andy, you know what? This is the thing. You honestly, you're the one who asked for this kind of attention, okay? And you're a star now. You're like Dirk Diggler on Boogie Nights. You're a big star. Okay, Chaz Smith says, hi, Hoggy. I will soon be having a large party in my home. But I haven't let my guests know that my home is infested with rats. Would it be bad form to give them 2 face masks when they enter? 1 mask to cover their nose and mouth to prevent the party from becoming a COVID hantavirus super spreader event, and another mask to cover their eyes so they won't see the rats. Well, yeah, you can always provide those like sleeping masks that are like have the eyes on the outside, you know. And you know, I don't know what you could do. Well, you could actually make it scary. You could, you know, or you just keep all the lights off. I mean, it is a party, and I'm assuming we're in the season of Halloween. That, you know what I mean? Why not do it that way? You know, it could be part of the whole, you know, ambiance of the party. But I'm worried about the smell. I think the mask, it should be a little thicker than just one of those cloth masks that you could still smell farts through. Because if you have an infestation, I would imagine you could smell the feces and the urine of the rats. So I would consider that too, you know. What would Hogatha do? Hey, Hogatha, I'm a flaming homosexual and dig my biracial young stud friend. Love his big, hard penis. But how do I tell him when it hurts and not ruin the mood? Well, darling, okay, that's not his fault. That's your fault, okay? You're a flaming homosexual. Okay, so this is the thing. If you're a big flamer, you probably have some kind of ego that you think you're so wonderful and that he has to please you. That's how these flaming homos usually are, the flaming type, okay? Now, this is the thing, dear. It isn't his fault that your anus isn't self-lubing, okay? And that's where the pain's coming from. You have to have plenty of lube, okay? So we were just talking. Me and Marquina, we were at a store and we saw fuck juice. You know what? You can use grease. You know, as the old blacks will say, you just grease up the hole. But you gotta do it before, you know, because he doesn't want to see what you do to prepare yourself. That's none of his business. No one wants to see that. It's like no one wants to see what it looks like behind a Disneyland ride. Oh, you're on a ride and all of a sudden all the lights turn on and all the magic is done. Okay. No, you don't want to ruin the magic for this man, especially being biracial. Okay. Don't ruin it for him. You know, half of him has had a horrible life just because he's not 100% white. Okay. We've heard all the stories. Okay. So you need to make sure that you're prepared for him. And I suggest that you pre-lube yourself. Okay. Just pump it up with grease. Okay. And let him go to town. And if it hurts a little bit, so what? You're white. You could take a little pain. Okay. You got to take a little pain with your privilege. Botox lips look. I've never seen anybody with Botox to lips. I've seen this and around here, but the lips, no. There's also, Dwayne says there's lube with CBD, so you can actually get high through your butthole. You know that. Well, you guys, I've shared my story of how my mother passed away. She actually did an enema with vodka and meth. Okay, so you can get high, drunk, whatever through your butthole. My younger brother had an allergic reaction causing his lips to swell like he had Botox injections. I laughed so hard my parents had to push me away so he didn't smile enough to pop it. An allergic reaction. That's why. Toby says, do you like asshole with mud flaps. No, I don't prefer that. I have understood that there are some buttholes that are like vaginas that are a little extra meaty, and they do have the flaps. I personally, I'm a lesbian. I don't deal with butts. Okay, that's not my gig. Okay, ask one of those homosexuals. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right, Susan. I've never heard of Botox in the lips. Fillers, yes, and I could use a little filler. Look, I have really thin lips, but that's part of my privilege. What about good old baby oil? You know what, Amy? That's a good point. Baby oil. My girlfriend got a COVID shot and her butthole swelled up. Really, Toby? I haven't heard that. The news is probably is hiding that. Kristen said, what would Hogatha do? I think you should marry Dale and Adam online. I know they're already married, but kind to be in need if you do it. You know what? You're right. Because let's face it, their marriage is only valid in Wales. I mean, is it? If they went to the Middle East, no one would recognize their marriage. So yes, we can do an online marriage, and we could globally, it will be a global recognition of their marriage. Reba has thin lips too. Do you think that a woman with thin lips here has thin lips at the bottom? Oh, Dwayne says, oh yeah, flaps are rose petals. That's right. Yeah, I guess the booty hole would have more of a rose petal, like a bud. Her asshole smells like vaccine. Really? Toby, you actually penetrated her butthole and then you got COVID? Wow. I hope you're okay. Suzanne says, I really can't understand how men get a pleasure in another man's bum. I was constipated and it killed. Well, darling, a man doesn't really care, to be honest with you. You know what? And a lot of you women, oh, hi, Hotel Wi-Fi. A lot of you women probably aren't going to like this. But I'm just letting you know. It's my experience with heterosexual men. All they care is that it's a hole. Okay? That's it. They don't care if it stinks. They don't care if it has warts all over it. They don't care if that hole is attached to a man. A hole is a hole. And they all give the same pleasure, okay? I can't understand how men get pleasure in another man's bum. Well, honey, you were constipated and it killed. Well, you're not doing it enough. Because if you did it enough, you wouldn't be constipated. Oh, what the hell is that? I think someone's calling Marquina. Marquina's getting a phone call. Like that Michael Myers mask. You out on Hoggy. Push it to the side. Right. See, Chad Smith knows. Suzanne says a big squirt up the bum cures constipation. You're doing it all wrong. Are you sure you were in the right hole? Danny Perez says, hey, Miss Hoggy, it's me, Danny Perez from the Inland Empire. Why were you in jail? Danny Perez, I think it's racism. You should change your last name. You can't, no. You guys, if you have an ethnic sounding last name, change it. You won't get banned. Danny Perez should be like Danny. Let's change your name to Danny. What would be a good name that starts with a B? Patterson. Danny Patterson. There you go. They'll just assume that you're Irish. They'll never ban you. Okay, that's part of the privilege. Change your name. They don't care if it stinks. Chrissy, come on. You know they don't. They don't care. They may not go down on it. But you know what? They're going to put it in there. And let's be honest, they just need 30 seconds to 2 minutes. They're done. Yeah, Danny Smith. There you go. Guaranteed. You guaranteed to not get banned. Wait a minute. Enjoying another man's butt is a sign you're not quite heterosexual. Now, let's think about this. What about all those men in prison? Are they suspending their heterosexuality? Is that what it is? Because we can't ignore that. There are heterosexual men who are in prison that are currently right now enjoying the company of another man. I believe that heterosexual men in desperate times, they suspend their heterosexuality. So are they homosexuals? I don't know. I mean, like, where do we draw that line? I mean, really, as a society, have we even discussed that? Okay. You guys, Divine Waters Fan 79 says, I recommend a coffee enema. I would assume that would stimulate the anus, wouldn't it? Okay, Danny Perez has settled on a new American name. Okay, my new name is going to be Mr. Danny Smith. There you go. There is true. There's the Kinsey scale. You know what? I should look that up, and we should talk about the Kinsey scale. Chrissy A says, I think any man can be gay if the situation presents itself. Yeah, so at that point, do we say he had a gay moment? That every man can have a gay moment? Because wouldn't it, like, let me see, is a homosexual or heterosexual, is that just the lifestyle you've decided to live in? You know? Stu believes that heterosexuality is a myth. Danny Perez says, my own sister's husband came on to me, and he even wanted me to F him. Imagine that. Okay, I'm imagining it, Andy. Danny, I'm picturing you bending him over right now. So, Danny, did you tell your sister, or did you do it? Or did you just let it go and you wanted to keep peace in the family? And when you see him now, does he like kind of give you the eye, like behind your sister's back? Does he like flirt with you? No. Divine Water Trend is not weed brownie. I've given up. I've given up marijuana. Amy said, yes, this is true. My husband said folks in the military who deployed do that a lot. Thank you so much, Sherry. You're a sweetheart. Thank you so much. There are probably lots of bisexual people or on some kind of spectrum. Yeah, that's the Kinsey scale. That would admit to themselves, who they then would admit. You know what is a myth? The gay community, the trans community, or let's go even further, the black trans community. I mean, is there really a black trans community? I mean, could you imagine? What are there, 3 members? I mean, come on, let's face it. I mean, do we have to recognize specifically every single community? Come on. Sherry, Toby has expressed some sexual desire toward you. He sounds like Toby sounds very romantic, to be honest. Oh, Danny is here. We go. This is what Danny says. No, we did go to a hotel and had sex all night long, but I never effed him. She's no longer with the idiot. Then he wanted me to be his boyfriend. Now, Danny, that would be very interesting. So your sister divorces her husband who you had sex with. And then he wanted to still be your boyfriend. He just like, oh, we're divorced, so now me and Danny can get it on. Did he want to be a part of the family? That's very interesting. You know what, Danny, if you don't mind me saying, that's some pretty white trash stuff right there. Michael said, most all the men I go out with are heterosexual. No relationship, no kissing, simply sex. The circumstances at home often influence behavior of a heterosexual male. Opportunity and horniness explain a lot. I can tell you guys this. In my experience of being one that has traveled a lot in the country, I knew that there was a lot of men who would actually, on their way home to their wives, find sex from work so they could eat dinner and play with the kids and, maybe even sleep with their wife that night. They would stop and have and enjoy the company of another man because that man would do things that the woman wouldn't do at home. I'm just saying. I saw that a lot. Did Tracy go to work? I just won about $20 in the lottery. Could spare. Oh, Tracy Quinn. Her name's Tracy Quinn. Are you still on? Do you want to give out your Venmo account again, your number and all that? Because Vegan Fluid has he played the lottery and he just won $20. Danny Perez says, yes, exactly. Imagine that. Crazy, huh? LOL, it's okay. I mean, it's very interesting. Queenie Queen, how are you, darling? How are you, dear? How have you been? Yeah, I haven't seen you here in a while. Okay, she had been cheating on him, and I'm sure vice versa. Okay, he's been in prison before, too. Probably had sex with lots of men in there. My goodness. We could do a whole show on Danny's family, couldn't we? We could do a whole show. You know what, Vegan Fluid? If Tracy does not come on and accept that $20, I'll accept it, okay? I mean, just tell me what I need to do. Hey, I can't remember who asked me about the Mexican Hot Pocket, but do any of my Latinos in here know what a Mexican Hot Pocket is? Hi, Ange. How are you, dear? Sherry says it's hard to be romantic. He rips my asshole all the time. He's got many girlfriends. He's hung like John Holmes. Well, Sherry, you just told us how old you are, huh? Sherry, you're an old lady, aren't you? You know who John Holmes is. Hey, I bet, you know what? Hey, I would ask you, okay, all the women out there. I know the gay men. The gay men over a certain age know who Jeff Stryker is. I bet women haven't even heard of Jeff Stryker, have you? It's so good. I'm glad to see you too, Ange. How are you? Amy says, I think my husband enjoys his hand more than me sometimes. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Well, this is the thing, Amy. Just like when you're diddling yourself, you know what feels good. And you know what, Amy? Let's be honest. Sometimes you don't want to wine, dine, 69 and romance. You just want to bust a nut. Okay? And, and I've known a lot of women out there who are a little upset when the men satisfy themselves sexually. It honestly has nothing to do with you. It really doesn't. And I think a lot of women, right, Chrissy, you don't know who Jeff Stryker is. Never heard of him, right? Because he was huge in the gay porn in the 80s. Jeff Stryker was huge, literally too. But you know what, Amy? Sometimes they just want to get it over with. They don't want to have to worry about your pleasure, and then they don't have to want to worry, because sometimes a lot of women, a man will go, you know what, honey? Can I just dump and go? That means I just want a quickie and I don't want to care about your feelings. And of course the woman isn't going to say no. I mean, she's not going to say yes. Trust me. If women made it this easy, I'm just going to push you over. I'm going to stick it in you and I'm not going to care about you. You're just a hole. And then I'm going to do my business and get off of you. If more women were accommodating like that, then the man wouldn't have to take care of his own needs. So you see, it's really not about you. He don't want to cheat on you. It's not that he don't think you're beautiful. He just wants to get off. Just to get off. That's it. Well, hi, Pink Flamingo. You guys, Toby says he's bigger than John Holmes. Really? Hoggy, can I tell you something? Of course you can, Angelique. Of course you can. Did Silver Butt Hunter? How are you, darling? Did he? I did. You know what? You're right. When I was younger, I did see a video. You're right. He did a video with, was it Jamie Summers? I remember that. Let's see. I'll pull up a picture of Jeff Stryker for you ladies. Okay. Now I'm going to see if I can get one with him clothed but still revealing. Jeff Stryker. Here we go. Images. Okay, got to try to see. I can't find one. Okay, here we go. This is a classic picture. Here we go. I'll tell you. Now, this is like in my era. A lot of guys that I know really enjoyed this person. Really enjoyed him. Here we go. Okay, here we go, people. Okay, so this is Jeff Stryker right here. And you know, I don't know if you see, I can tell you that's all meat and that's all real. Okay, I can tell you that. But yeah, he was a big deal in the 80s. Okay. See, was that Pink Flamingo? Yeah, I've seen some Stryker films. Good stuff. Yeah, he's real muscular too. Real muscular guy. Wait, Chad Hunt and Barrett Long. I don't know who Barrett Long is. Let me see who's. Okay, I remember Chad Hunt. Do you remember one called? His name was Donovan something. These are all you guys. These are all just names of the 80s. Okay. Okay, I can't find a picture of him clothed that still is revealing. Hold on. Isn't it Chad Hunt? Okay. We'll see. He's getting kind of old looking. Let me see. I can't find any good pictures of him. Okay, well, I'll show you this one. Okay. Okay, so this is Chad Hunt. Did he do straight ones too? Okay, what was the other one? Barrett Long? Okay. Yeah, it's really hard. You know, they're not like Jeff Stryker where they're gonna be revealing without showing their junk. Okay. Was Ron Jeremy gay? I don't know, Susan. I don't think he's ever. I've never seen him do gay porn. I'm not sure. Sherry's wet, you guys. I've got this Jeff Stryker do. Oh. Angelique says the ex from my sister. Wait a minute. Yeah, Angelique had a question. The ex from my sis wants to have sex with me. It's disgusting. I reject him all the time, but he is coming back. Well, you think he's disgusting? Have you told him no? Tell him no and tell your sister. Does your sister know? Danny Perez says, okay, I'm going to be very honest. I've been with lots of married men before in the past, okay? So y'all women who are married, look out. Yo men aren't that innocent. Okay, now this is my past, okay? I don't mess around with these dummies anymore. Straight men, for some reason, have always been very attractive to me. And I'm definitely attractive to them, too. Okay? Thanks. You know, Danny, I understand. A heterosexual man is always attractive to a gay man because gay men like men. Okay? So I don't understand. I'm going to tell you, all you women out there, and it's typically the women. If your little boy says he's gay, don't assume that means he's a girl. Okay? No, still treat him like a boy. Because I'm going to tell you, if he ends up to be one of these little fruit basket carrying homos, okay, who have a lisp and who prance around and think, you know, that they're Britney Spears or whoever the Miley, whoever the hot girl is at the time. No, don't do that to him, because you know what? A guy don't want that. We're turning all of the boys and all the gay boys into little girls. And trust me, he's never going to find love then, okay? Because if he's gay, he's gay. You're not going to change that. You're not going to change it. But, you know, a gay man wants a man. They don't want a girl, okay? They don't want that. It's ugly. Okay, now, of course, there are some who like the little fruity guys, but you got to be really cute, okay? No. Raise your little gay boy up to be a man, not a girl. Okay. Well, hi, Blazed Kitty. How are you? Oh, my God. Susan Mills knew Ginger Lynn. Let's pull up Ginger Lynn. I remember her. She was, Ginger Lynn. She was in, wasn't she with, John Holmes quite a bit? Wasn't she in those films? You know what? There's a new girl going around calling herself Ginger Lynn. But so I don't think that that's her, but this is Ginger Lynn. I know this is her. Here we go. So Susan knew Ginger Lynn. Now Susan, she was, you know, Susan, Susan wasn't a porn star, but you know what? She was in that industry adjacent, okay? Here we go. There we go. You guys a lot of you old people might remember Ginger Lynn. Okay. That's some wild hair there, huh? I bet she just got out of bed, didn't she? I bet she was she was getting banged hard in that picture. Okay. Hi, Jessica. How are you? Did I catch you off guard with that comment, Hoggy? Where are you at, Brian? Let me see. What comment? Oh, yes, the dildo, yes. Yes, you did. Okay. So, you guys, this is what would Hogatha do, okay? I'm here to inspire you. I'm here to be your life coach, okay? So, if you have any questions, anything at all, okay? Because trust me, I know a little of everything, okay?
Hi, everybody. I'm Hogatha Sisty. Ask Hogatha anything you want, baby. Ask Hogatha anything you want, baby. Do I fit in? I don't know. Do I fit in?
You're a dude.
So are you. Wow. Ask Hogatha anything you want, baby. Ask Hogatha anything you want, baby. Ask Hogatha anything you want, baby. Ask Hogatha anything you want. Ask Hogatha.
So seriously, I'm here for you, okay? So you could ask me anything, okay? Anything. I'm here for you, okay? I'm here for you. Let me refresh my water, okay? And I'm going to get ready for those questions. Okay. Hi, Marquina.
I'm gorgeous.
Guys, Marquina's here. Okay. Okay, so Danny Perez says, okay, maybe this won't be so shocking, y'all. But when I went to Mexico to visit my family from my dad's side, everyone, including my aunts and uncles, wanted to have sex with me. And I was around 14 years old at the time. Okay, they're a bunch of freaks. I haven't been back. Okay, so Danny Perez, I'm assuming, okay. Are you a hybrid Mexican? Meaning, are you light-skinned? Okay, because I know I know that the different ethnic groups they're really attracted to that fair skin. So, were you a fair-skinned, fresh-faced little boy that they thought they could, use for their own pleasure? And and I was being nice with Danny when he was talking about his ex's husband wanting to have sex with him, and I said that's some pretty white trash stuff. I was just being nice because it happens with Mexicans all the time too. Okay. People just don't know that, but it does. Okay. Wow, a whole theme song. That's right, Melissa. And that theme song is courtesy of Darren Schiff, wonderful man from Tennessee. Okay, Hoggy, what do you do right now with the ex from my sister? It's sick, right? Well, what do I do? Well, honey, I mean, they're no longer together, right? I mean, ask your sister, was he good in bed? I mean, because sometimes, the ugly people try harder. A lot of times that's what happens. Ugly people try harder. Does he need a bath? Is that your problem? Or is it just he's just ugly to look at? Like, is he too ugly to even have sex in the dark? Andy says, how can I get a husband without having to drag my ass out to the clubs all the time? Well, you know what? You don't have to. You know what, Andy? There are little areas that we call cruising areas, and we have one near us. It's a little parking area going up the hill towards Susan's house. You'll see a lot of cars there just hanging out, and people park and they position their windows to talk to each other. Typically, Andy, and don't act like you don't know this, but those areas you can meet men. Okay, now sometimes they're there secretly. Okay, so you're going to have to break through that. But you know what? Yes, I understand the gay clubs are terrible, especially a man your age, okay? And I don't know how old you are, but you seem like a gentleman who's been experienced. Let's just say that. And unfortunately, I don't know of any gay places where elderly men hang out. It's all young people, and they just sit there and judge you. And you know that. You know, Andy, when you go in there, all the young ones are looking at you going, oh, what's that old man doing here? But in that case, Andy, you know what you can do? Pretend to be rich. Pretend to be a daddy, okay? Then you can attract a really cute young guy. And, just use him up until he realizes you really aren't rich, okay? Because the young ones are dumb, okay? They're dumb. You can go get some fake jewelry, rent a car. You could do all these kinds of things. Get a hotel room, only see them in hotel rooms and wine and dine them, with cheap food and stuff. They don't care. Oh, drugs help too. You could supply them with drugs. Just don't be like Ed Buck in West Hollywood and have them die in your apartment. Okay. But you know what? Just as you're young, as you get older, sometimes you have to resort to those things. And also, not only that, you can go to cities that have elderly men. Palm Springs is one of them. A lot of gays go to Palm Springs. I have a friend who has this theory that old gays go to the desert to die of AIDS. Okay. Now, I'm not saying they all have AIDS. Okay. And we know there's medication for that stuff. So you don't have to die of AIDS. But that's just a joke, a sick joke that he tells. But you know what, Andy, I'll let you know, in the homosexual world, there's so many lonely people, very lonely people. And you just have to find a lonely one. Okay. And you're going to have to put in a little work. But until you find one that is of your age, but I honestly suggest to older homosexuals, don't go for someone your age, because who's going to wipe your ass when you're dying or when you're, crippled or after you've had a stroke? Don't go. See, heterosexual families What happens is, let's say, Andy, you have a stroke and you need to be taken care of. Typically, a son would probably come and assist your wife, or if she's not there, you'll rely on the kids, you'll move in, and you're a burden to their family. But that's what heterosexuals do. Homosexuals don't have that luxury or that privilege. Okay. So you want to get a younger homosexual, get them at least maybe 25 to 30 years younger than you. Okay. You might have to put up with them cheating on you because, you're old and ugly. I'm not saying you are, but I'm just saying in general, as an old person, of course, a 30-year-old, they're not going to be physically attracted to, someone 30 years older than him. I mean, come on. You weren't. I mean, really, when you were 20, were you attracted to 50-year-olds? Well, maybe some. There are some hot ones. But money makes you hotter, okay? But give the illusion of money, okay? And you can get these young ones, and maybe you can get one to take care of you. Who knows? But Andy, it's not easy for anybody, really, especially an older homosexual. So you know what? I would, Grindr, they're full of young people. God, you know what? Maybe there's a phone app. You can find a phone app for the elderly. Okay. So Danny Perez is a light-skinned Mexican, of course. So those people, so you're probably, if you're a hybrid of some kind, a mix, maybe you have a lot more European blood than them down there. You're probably a little taller, a little fairer, a little lighter. And of course, we know, let's face it, us white people don't care how light you are as a white person. It's always the darker people, okay? They're the ones who have the issue with the skin tones. We don't, okay? We just don't, I mean, look at me. I'm freckled. Look at that. I mean, look at that. As a child, I hated that. I used to have this on my face. I mean, I may be white, but I find no beauty in that whatsoever, okay? But darker people do, okay? So I can understand you're a little morsel. You're a little morsel to the people down south of the border, okay? You're like a little tapas, okay? So I would be flattered by it. I would be flattered by it, Andy. I'm not saying I would bet, or Dan, why am I calling you Andy, Danny? Just don't bet, be flattered, but you don't have to bend over. You don't have to give it up. You can entice them a little bit. And you know what? Maybe for once, this is what you should do, Danny. I would establish a relationship with some of them down south, and for once have them send you money instead of Americans send them money, okay? Have them send you money. Just send them like little provocative pictures of yourself. Okay. Danny says, okay, unfortunately, I grew up and was molested by lots of people. So my mind is all effed up watching your cousin F his own mother and wanted me to join them. Imagine that crazy stuff. Oh, Danny. Got to bring it down, don't you? You were molested by lots of people. Danny, I can't fix that for you. I can't. But you know what? They wouldn't have molested you if you were ugly. I mean, I'm just trying to find a silver lining here. Okay. At least you're pretty. Okay, Danny. I know that doesn't take the pain away. But you know what? It's something. It's something. And I'm sorry to hear about that. Lots of love and prayers from Holland. Hi, Angelique. Thank you so much. Need those prayers. Keep them coming. We need love and light, too. We need all the love and light we can get. Okay, Blaze Drinkwine says, what would Hogatha do if she was appointed transportation secretary with the Biden-Harris White House? Well, that's a whole different position than what's his name? What, Booty Juice? What's his first name? I forget. what Booty Juice's first name is. Transportation. Well, we do need a transportation secretary. Is it Doug? Buttigieg? Is it Doug? He don't look like a Doug. It doesn't sound right to me. God, I don't know. You know what? I'm not even qualified for that. I would actually appoint Marquina. Well, I couldn't because I'm not trans. Okay, I'm misgendered, but I'm not trans. But Marquina, Marquina would be good. Plus, she's a person of color. We have to give that job to a person of color. I mean, come on. Look at me. I'm privileged. I've have all the advantages that people of color don't have. So, I'm going to sit back and just collect a disability check and let the others, do all the heavy lifting. But what can I say? Transportation. What would I do? Well, first of all, we need a trans holiday. There are no trans holidays. We have Mother's Day, we have Father's Day, we have Gay Pride. When do we need Trans Pride Day? Okay. Gay Pride is not Trans Pride. Okay. That's where I would start. That's important. Been watching, but was on a call. Well, you're a busy man. Danny Perez says, do you think it's wrong to want to have sex with your own family members, like your brother and cousins? Just wondering what y'all think. But that, I'm sorry to admit this, but I definitely excites me most likely because I grew up being, you know what, Danny, that's, and that's really, that's the cards you're dealt with, but what's a great thing is you have easy access to your brothers and your family. You at least don't have to go searching like Andy. Andy, I moved him, I'm telling him how to find sex and love, but yours is right there in your own household. Still, I'm not saying, I'm not trying to downplay your experience. I'm just trying to find the silver lining. Okay. And that's terrible. But you know what? Cousins can be hot. A lot of people don't realize this, but my great grandparents were cousins. Yes. But they came from a little island, in the Portuguese islands, the Azore Islands. So they came from a little island. So I'm sure there were lots of inbreeding there. Okay, so Chaz says, it's Pete Buttigieg. Okay, thank you. Oh, Chaz Smith says, hi, Hoggy. You mentioned Ed Buck. Chaz, really? He used to be my boyfriend, but he left me to pursue darker men. Well, so much for privilege, Chaz. Now that he is contained, he's in prison. Well, you know what? Maybe you are privileged. I'm thinking of offering my services for conjugal visits, but I'm a little hesitant because I don't look very good in blackface. What would you do? You know what, Chaz, let's face it. He has enough black people in prison with him. Come on, who are we kidding? We know the statistics. I think he would actually look forward to seeing your face. It doesn't need to be black. He was your boyfriend at one time. So he's had your face in the pillow on more than one occasion, I'm sure. I don't think he would mind you not being black. I would forego the black face, really. It might be refreshing to see a white face in prison. Mayor Pete, that's right. Pete, that's right. Oh, Mario's with him. Pete Buttigieg, that's right. I called him Booty Juice, didn't I? Chaz, you are so edgy. Oh, Jen, we're very edgy here, and I'm going to let you know he wasn't kidding. He wasn't. National Trans Day of Remembrance. That's right. We have to remember that the 100 trans people that have died. I'm from West Virginia, so Melissa, they got a lot of that there, don't they? Mario Presents says it's already a thing. We take a moment of all the trans persons who were call girls and failed to tell their client. Sad but true. Just tell him to go in hole first. That's true, because you know what? Let's face it, Chaz. You haven't bleached your butthole. Okay? You haven't bleached it. And you're a man of a certain age, so it's been stained over the years. Okay? So at least that's brown. I was like, are your inner thighs brown from Chub Rub? Did you see all the trans people staging a walkout of Netflix for the Dave Chappelle stand-up? Oh, really? How many trans people work for Netflix? 3? Did you see the trans people staging a walkout for Netflix for the Dave Chappelle stand-up? LOL. All 3. Oh, right there. All 3 will be leaving. How funny. I didn't see that. That's funny. We came up with the same number. Honey, you just kind of got to know when you are that small in numbers, you're just, the voice isn't big enough, okay? And you're only going to garner so much sympathy. And the thing is, there are more people who are entertained by Dave Chappelle than you. I mean, really, who cares what you think? This is what I understand is we don't have one channel on the television to watch. I would understand that. But you know what? These people, they can watch Logo, they can watch Bravo, they can watch several channels that are specialized just for them and their lifestyle. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. You have the option. Do you realize that as people in the United States, especially, I assume, that we actually have the ability to live in a bubble? We could just even news alone. You could watch 2 different news channels to get the news that you want to hear. You can. You can watch TV. You can watch show tunes all day long and just live your fabulous gay life. I mean, there's lots of Judy Garland musicals you could watch. And then if you don't want Judy Garland, if you've gone through all of the Judy Garland movies, you can go to her clone, Liza Minnelli. Okay. I mean, come on. The fabulousness doesn't have to ever end. Okay. You could live in your own little bubble. I guess I better watch it before it gets taken down. I mean, come on. You know what? I mean, you tell me. What's more important in this world? Trans people or a black man? This is where we're going to see a death match. It's like watching wrestling. Okay. Danny Perez says, okay, I've got lots of more juicy stories to share, but I'm going to save them for, you should, Danny, don't blow your wad. Don't bust your nut completely here right now for another time. Okay. We could make a movie out of my crazy wild sex stories and adventures in my wild life hugs. Hogatha, love you lots, and just know that I never take anything you say personal. Okay, love. And you're the best, Missy sweetheart. Oh, you're so sweet, Danny. Thank you so much. Danny, can you recommend what? I know we live pretty close. Can you recommend, and I know you're pretty much of a hybrid. But the best Mexican food, what do you recommend as the best Mexican food? Brandon says, what do you think Joe Biden's Secret Service name is? Oh, I bet it's probably nothing that he enjoys. Or they probably have a nickname for him. Probably Mr. Magoo or Mr. Burns or something like that. Hi, Hoggy. Say hi so I know. Shannon Lee, how are you, darling? Pink Flamingo says, wait, are we comparing crazy sexual stories? You know what? We can do that. You know what? You could have dual sex stories. I could put more than one person on a screen here. Is it double scoop? Isn't it funny? Because didn't they complain that Trump got double scoops? It's like when Trump gets a double scoop, it's bad. But when Biden gets a double scoop, it's cute. How's that work? Hi, Sean Ross. Danny Purse said, okay, I'll definitely have to get back to you about the Mexican food places. You know what, Danny? I don't know if you're a food truck guy, but if you know where Muscoy is, it's off State Street in the 210. Have you been there lately? It is wall to wall covered with it's more than Mexican. There's like a couple Asian ones too. Taco trucks and things like that. That has become the new street taco, outdoor cooking mecca in the Inland Empire. You'd be absolutely shocked at how much is there. I mean, traffic jams everywhere. Cause he got choco, he got chocolate chip. Okay. Is there anybody else? I'm here. I am your life coach, and I'm here to help with anything. I don't care what it is. Job related, your child, your animal. You guys, I am in love with a toy white Pomeranian. I'm trying really hard not to buy one. And the reason why, the thing is, they're half the price of the dog I used to want. I used to want a party Yorkie. Okay. It's basically the Yorkie with a recessive gene, and it makes them white rather than brown. Okay. They now recognize them as real animals now. Okay. They're so cute, but the white toy Pomeranian. Looks like a little teddy bear, and it is adorable. Okay, hey, beautiful. I am great. I started a different small business. Oh, really? Shannon Lee, you're doing makeup now? Good for you. Good for you. Are you having a good time? I never liked doing makeup on people because I was always very anxious and self-conscious if they would like it or not. I'm such a people pleaser that I don't think I could please people enough. So it's a whole problem. Yeah, I have my own problems. I do. But good for you. I hope you do well, dear. Nick McGee says, I'm 41 old gay. Is my life over? No, it isn't, Nick. But you know what? Your youth is, okay? So, Nick, if you're 41, get rid of the skinny jeans. Don't wear crop tops. And I mean, unless you look really good. Really good. Okay, but you're an American, right? So, but you're gay. A lot of gays they keep themselves up. But no, you're no longer a kid. Okay. I'm not saying to give up the clubs or the bars or anything like that. I'm not saying that because there are young, and let's face it, they're younger, a 30-year-old still acts like they're 15. I mean, a lot of them they haven't done anything. So they're very naive and they're still youthful and stuff. But also, let's face it, a lot of them are fat. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with fat, but I'm not saying there's anything wrong with not being attracted to it either. Okay, I don't believe in the whole body. I mean, I think you should be, feel good about yourself, but come on. If you're 300 pounds, come on, it's time to actually kind of look at the health aspects of it, okay? But anyway, the point is, this is my point. No, it's not over. I mean, I'm going to be 52 this year, and my life is just beginning. So 41 isn't over. It's not over. But your youth is, yes. But life isn't over. Now you know what? You're more of a gentleman, okay? You're wiser than the other ones, but when you're wiser, you can also manipulate them. Okay. And people think it's ugly. It is not ugly to manipulate people. It isn't. Okay. You go after what you want and you do whatever it takes to get it. But you know what? You're still young enough to bag the 20-year-olds. You can still get them. And I suggest you bag them while you can, because when you reach my age, 20-year-olds aren't looking at you anymore. So keep slinging that dick. I'm telling you, but be dignified a bit with it, okay? But you know what? You're 41. It means you got more money in your pocket than a 20-year-old, okay? So they're attracted to that. But as a 40-year-old, you're also experienced. You know what restaurants you can go to where they may, you could fool a young person with, make them think it's a really nice place, but you know what? They really have a decent menu and a price range, okay? So you can do that. Yeah, use all your experience and you bag those 20-year-olds while you can. And you know what? You'll show them a thing or two. You need one. I want a little. You know what, Pink Flamingo? I'll tell you. I do. I want a little dog. You know what? And I want to be the people I hate. Okay, I'll tell you. Me and Marquina went to the donut store the other day, and we go there occasionally. There some Asians, of course, they're Asian. They own the donut store, and the woman's name is Mary. She knows us by name, and we love them. Very nice people. So I order the cold croissant breakfast sandwich. Marquina gets the hot one with a sausage patty on it. Okay, so we'll get that. We'll get donuts, and we'll get like a blended coffee, and we'll sit in there and eat. Well, at some point in the day, old people take over the donut shop and they sit there and drink coffee and stuff. We went in there and there were 3 old people and they all had a dog with them. I didn't like the one who had it on a leash. It was like a big Cocker Spaniel. Okay. That was a little inconvenient because I had to step over it. And I don't think I should have to step over a dog at a donut shop. Okay. But there was an old lady who had a little teeny Yorkie who was in her purse, and the dog would climb up on her like a rat. I don't want a rat dog, maybe a little bit bigger, but the Pomeranian, the little white Pomeranian is weighs between 3 to 7 pounds. That's what I want. I can handle that. But they're so cute. They're adorable. Danny Perez says, you'd be surprised how many times I've had sex in the bathrooms at some of these restaurants. Their employees are always very... You know what, Danny Perez? You must be a handsome man. You know what? You must be a handsome man. So, Danny, what can you tell? Let us know about your latest. Danny, at any time, we could set this up. If any of you ever want to come on and talk about your things like this, I could put you on camera and you can talk about it and we can discuss it. Okay. So, if you guys ever want to plan a time, I'll do this every Wednesday. If you decide, you know what, I want to go on Hogatha's show and I want to discuss, this dirty, you can wear a mask if you want. In fact, that'd be funny. Wear a ski mask or something. Okay. We can hide your identity. Okay. And you could talk to us and tell us, a lot of people want to, they want to talk about their sexual conquests. I think that's wonderful. We could do a little split screen action here, me on one side, you on another, like we did with Andy. And you could tell us all about your sex life and the naughty things that you've done. I think people would love it. And you know what? You'd get your 15 minutes. Okay. And you might actually help people out. And honestly, you might actually excite some people and improve their sex lives as well. And a lot of people get a little sexual charge off it too. Yeah, I'm going to go on this show and I'm going to tell everybody about my sex. I'm going to tell them about what a dirty girl I am. I did this dirty little thing and I just want to get it off my chest. And I want other people to hear it and gain pleasure from it. It could be a thing. Okay. James says, will I find love this year? You know what, James? You know what? I'm going to tell you. I've been paying attention to you. You know what you're doing? You are making the first steps. You are finding love, but you know what? With yourself. Okay. I suggest you find love with yourself before you go out there and share it with other people. Because if you have no love for yourself, you have nothing to share. Okay. And yes, I know it sounds very much like RuPaul. If you don't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love somebody else? Can I get an amen? Okay. I'm not, I'm a little more down to earth and realistic with it. If you are, James, you've been losing weight, you've been feeling good about yourself, maybe feeling a little sexy. You take that confidence and then you use that and you share it with somebody else and then you'll find love. I hope you do find love this year, but you know what? Let's face it. We're in October and this is a pandemic. Chances are you won't find love. And I'm not going to lie to you, but you know what? You could spend this time loving yourself even more, getting, boosting your self-esteem and your confidence like I've been doing over the past 2 years. Okay. And then you can go out there and you could find your man, James. You could, or maybe you'll even find a woman. Who knows? You know what? You have to be open to all possibilities. There might be a woman out there who will rock your world, James. You never know. When does youth end? I'm 30. You know what youth vegan fluid is? It's a state of mind. It really is. But it's also a state of your body too. You gotta give the world your best you. Okay. You do. But no, 30, my God. That's really such a sad, for you to feel that way at 30 is horrible. You know what, vegan fluid, you need to work on your self-esteem. Work on your self-esteem, dear. I think you need to start there. But you know what? 30 years old, my God, you barely got your pubic hair, honey. Don't think that way. I'm 30 with a sad face. Yeah, Nick says, Nick, he's 41. He'd love to be 30. Okay. He says, no, I can't fit into skinny jeans. Okay. Pink Flamingo says, I'm 41 and I'm still wearing ripped skinny jeans and no one can tell me otherwise. I'd rather die than dress like an actual 40-year-old. Well, an actual 40-year-old is younger than what you are, Pink Flamingo. Okay. And you know what, Pink Flamingo, this is the thing with you. You have an all over style. Okay. You're not like this, Pink Flamingo has a very alternative looking aesthetic. Okay. That goes with the ripped jeans. Okay. I've seen her. She took beautiful pictures of her and her friends in Las Vegas recently. And I saw the pictures. She's having a great time. No, dear, it goes with your whole aesthetic. She has like the pink hair and it's like shaved. And I believe she even put some leopard print in there. You know what? She's living her best. She's like a rock and roll chick. Okay. To put it just in one word, she's like a rock and roll chick. Okay. And you know what? That's a lifestyle. It is a lifestyle. And you know what? She's living her best life and it works for her. But, I guess, there are different styles for different people. But I don't know if you'd be wearing those skinny jeans if you, were trying to be like a sex pot or something. You know what I mean? I mean, or there's some people who are just kind of dumpy, and I'm not saying that Nick is dumpy. I'm not saying that at all. But there are just some people who, you know what I mean? They don't really have a sense of style, or they don't have like their own aesthetic, or, you know, a permanent aesthetic that they're really committing to. And then they'll just put on the ripped jeans and they'll look like a slob. You know what? Susan Mills, I met her for dinner the other day. She wore some ripped jeans and she looked beautiful in them because she just has an edgy style to her. Okay. So yeah, there are certain things that go with, you know, your overall look. Shannon Lee says, "Oh, thanks. Yeah, I just work for Mossy. I don't put it on anyone. I put it on myself." Oh, good for you. It was so cute. I watched the video you showed. Sir Fat said 40 is like prime daddy age, and all the bottoms want a daddy. That's right. You know what? And this is what you do, Nick. I understand, from what I understand, what men have told me. Over 40, you might be a little soft. Okay? Might be a little soft and premature. Get yourself some pills, okay? And it'll make you feel like a stallion. Get you a couple pills. Go out to a club, meet a 20-year-old, buy him a drink, take him back to your... You know, as a gay man, if you can get that guy to your car, you know he's guaranteed and he's going to put out, okay? So when you buy him the drink and you know that you're talking and you're flirting a little bit, and as soon as you can get him to commit to going to your car... Now, I know it takes like an hour for those pills to pop to really take effect, 30 minutes to an hour. When you have got to the point where he says, yeah, I'll go back to your car with you, you know you're going to have sex. You know it. You know how men are. Okay, pop that pill at that moment and order another drink. Okay, it'll take you a good 20 minutes to consume the drink and then say, okay, let's go out, little buddy. Let's go out to the car. Then you're ready. Okay. Pink Flamingo says, I watched a documentary called Donut King about the Cambodian refugee that started the Asian donut empire in California. Really? I never even heard of that. Valley Cat says, Hogatha, are you sure you aren't a homosexual man wanting a tiny toy dog like that? You know what? No, I'm just a fat lesbian. I'm a fat lesbian that needs something to love her unconditionally. You know, Marquina has her workshop. She's always out there. She spends a lot of time with the cats. There's nothing for me. You know what? I need a little white puff furball to do whatever I want it to and to love me unconditionally and only have me. Hoggy, do you have tarot cards? I feel like you know what? I need to dig out my tarot cards. I really do. And I need to do a tarot card thing before, you know, Halloween is over. Oh, Danny Perez, you don't have to apologize. Wait. Oh, you guys, I missed so much. Hold on. Apple fritters. Okay. Danny says, I've got a real wild life, okay? I just might take you up on that. Oh, Danny, people would love it. Hey Hog, well, hi, what's love? How are you? I'd rather talk about it on your program than on Facebook. Okay, thanks. Well, Danny, on my program, you do realize that this goes to Facebook. It goes to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Brian, it froze up. Is Elon Musk a cyborg? You know what? I question whether if Mark Zuckerberg is a cyborg. That guy, I mean, does he have any emotions at all? When you see him, all he has is like wet pink eyes. I mean, I don't know. He has a very odd. I'm wondering, does he get pumped up with Botox? Like his face is frozen, and I'm telling you, he's like an android. He's like Data from Star Trek. Okay. I just want to see if he's a troll. Maybe next year. Hell no. Belinda says that I'm so wise. Thank you so much, Belinda. Hi, Raquel. How are you, dear? Thank you so much. You think I look gorgeous? Thank you, darling. You're so sweet. Danny Perez says, sorry for confessing so many of my dirty secrets. I just couldn't help myself on your show. Thanks. Honey, trust me, anytime you got a story, let us know. You're a sweetheart, dear. You're just like therapy for me. It is. You know, a lot of people will actually. I don't think they take it that serious just because, you know, we have fun. But it's like, no. When you're talking, it's like group therapy. We have 40 people in here watching right now. But after it goes, and after the live is over, thousands more will watch it. It's like group therapy. It really is. Because all you do, group therapy, all you do is sit around and talk to people. At least here we all kind of know each other. And you don't have to see each other's face. And if you get bored, you can walk away. You know what I mean? But when you're like in a circle in group therapy and you have to hear this same woman talk about her petty problem that she has when you have a mountainous problem to discuss, it's like you get bored and you're like, I'm sick of her. You know, but here you can actually log off for a little bit. You can go to the bathroom, get a snack, you know, whatever. Okay. The 30s are the new 20s, right? Okay. Okay, the tarot cards. Yes, I need to pull up the tarot cards. I miss you, Hoggy. How's Marquina? I've been in Facebook jail way too long. Markel, isn't it? And I'll tell you, I understand how it works. When you're in Facebook jail for a certain amount of time, you eventually, when Facebook allows you to come back on, me anyway, I lose interest in it. I'll lose interest in Facebook. So I hate when I get banned. I hate it. Okay, yeah, but me and Marquina are great. Marquina's still doing her woodworking, you know, dealing with her fish. I'm studying my tests to become a trucker. I just have one test left. I have to do a hazardous material test. I have failed it twice. So this next time I really have to nail it or I'm going to have to start all over again. That's right. Pink Flamingo. Thanks. Forever 1997. Oh my God, in 97. How old was I? I was 27 in 1997. I remember those days. I had a pair of jeans. They said they were lucky jeans. And when you unzipped the zipper and you opened up the fly, there was a little tag in there. It says, lucky you. Okay. Vegan Fluid says, there is a saying along the lines of our body grows old, but our mind grows young. I love it. So youth here almost equals the ability to think for oneself and hesitancy to accept ready-made truths. It's so true. You make your own reality. You really do. Lucifer says, tight ripped jeans with a loose concert looks perfect. Nick McGee says, you really helped. Thank you. You guys, I'm telling you, a lot of people may not like my delivery or the way I look, you know, because they're judgmental. But you know what? I have wise words. May not be eloquent. Nick says, I'm 49 now and I have 15 to 18-year-olds actively hitting on me. It's crazy. Well, Brian, you're a stud. Come on. Let's face it. You're a big stud. You know, confidence goes a long way too. And you know, Brian, I don't think Brian is deficient in confidence at all. People like a confident person. They want you to walk. You know what? I'll tell you who people are attracted to. When you walk into a room and you walk in and you just like scan the room and you kind of swagger in like you got the biggest dick. People like that. They like it. They believe it. Amy says, I'm 38 and enjoy t-shirts and yoga pants. Well, Amy, you know what? You're a practical woman and you enjoy comfort. And you know what? There are men who like that. You know what? They know that, you know what? You're a no frills woman. You know, it doesn't take a lot to make you happy. And that's not right. They don't have to, you know, go out of their way. They don't have to like give you the world, you know, and men like that. They do. They like an easygoing woman. They do. You're probably a wonderful lady. Wonderful lady. Because a woman like you who just enjoys wearing t-shirts and yoga pants, you probably have a lot to love to give somebody else. You're not pouring it all into yourself and being all high maintenance and everything. Belinda says, you should be so proud of yourself. You're strong and smart. Never change, honey. Stays you. Oh, thank you, Belinda. Tim Beers, where have you been, honey? Hello, Tim from Maryland. Nick McGee says, I think Zuckerberg gets those pills made from kids that people in power or celebrity status. Don't they call that adrenochrome or something? Adrenochrome or something like that? Brian Nickens says, Zuckerberg drinks baby blood and participates in sacrifices. I'm certain. You know what? He has a lifeless face. Like he has no conscience. That's what I see. It's like looking at a shark. Vegan Fluid says, which company do you prefer more, Hoggy? The Lesbian Prayer Circle? Oh, Vegan Fluid, you guys. I'll tell you, the Lesbian Prayer Circle has no diversity at all. They don't. None at all. They're all lesbians. I mean, come on, I don't care what color you are, you're still a lesbian. You kind of get sick of it. I like the diversity. I like heterosexuals too. I do. I like them. I mean, they made all this happen. Can you imagine if everybody was gay? None of this would exist. Come on. Okay. You guys, me and Marquina went to Norm's for breakfast. That's right. Adrenochrome. Okay. Oh, Melissa McCann, thank you so much, dear. But yeah, I prefer you guys. I haven't been to the lesbian prayer circle in a while. Do you guys, you want to know something? I'll tell you. Me and Marquina, we went to Norm's. Norm's is a breakfast place here. I don't know if they're nationwide or not. How is your baby getting big yet? You know what, Shannon? We decided, me and Marquina, that we couldn't provide our child with its cultural background that it deserves. Okay. Neither one of us can braid hair. You know, Marquina's hair isn't. She would say nappy. It's not nappy enough to braid. Okay. And I'll tell you, little Bocephus has pretty nappy hair. Well, across the street from us is a real African-American family. Okay. And, you know, they're into the culture. They're into everything. So we just decided, you know what? The baby can now live over there. Okay. So we wave at it once in a while, you know, but it's over there learning its culture where it should be. You know, you've heard all these horror stories about white people having black babies and they don't know how to take care of them. I'm not like that. I can give up my attachment to my baby so the baby can have a better life. Okay. What's for dinner? I don't know yet. You know what? I did take a roast out, but I forgot to cook it. So I'll probably cook it for tomorrow night. Do you know if blank pronoun is baptized? I don't know. The baby will probably be Southern Baptist or, you know, whatever, some other gospel type of religion. But they don't really, on Sundays, I don't think they go to church. And I'll leave it up to them. You know, they know what's best. You know, I don't want to impose my whiteness on the baby. Okay. And, you know, Marquina is basically a potato. She's brown on the outside and white on the inside. She don't know anything about it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to have for dinner. I'm probably going to have to whip up something quick. I don't even know what time let's see. What time is it? Oh, it's 3:00. I have plenty of time to, you know, we like to eat around 5 or 6. You know, when we were younger, we would eat like at 8, 9 o'clock, but it's like, you know what? I don't like to go to bed on a full stomach anymore. But you know what? I've been staying up till 3 or 4 a.m. anyway. Like me and Marquina will be in bed watching. Oh, today's American Horror Story Day. Are you guys watching American Horror Story? I'll tell you, when I was first watching it, I loved the alien black and white, you know, with Eisenhower and all of that. And I'm going to tell you, at first, when I knew that they were going to do aliens, I was worried because aliens do not scare me. Hi, Martin Young. Aliens do not scare me at all. Okay. You know, the grays with the big eyes and stuff. I just kind of think it just does nothing for me. I'm going to be honest with you. It does nothing for me. In fact, it's kind of comedic to me. But the way they are doing it this time, the way the aliens are possessing the humans and they're floating off the ground and they have the wide eyes, that is scary. Okay? I mean, I know it's fake, so it doesn't really scare me. But you know what I'm saying. And I love that. That it's more creepy. But if they were just showing the alien, and let's face it, it's going to be bad CGI if they do it. And I'm not looking forward to it. If there's anything that I hate is bad CGI. It's kind of like, do you remember in The Mummy Returns when The Rock played the Scorpion King? Or were those two different movies? When he finally turned into the Scorpion and he was a cartoon, how did anybody buy that? Like, did everybody just collectively decide to just pretend that that's not happening? Okay. But anyway, we're having meatloaf. Oh, meatloaf sounds good. Maybe I can go buy some ground beef and make a meatloaf. Yes, Martin Young, there is a new, it's called Double Feature, which is 2, and we're on the second feature. The first one was about, they never called them vampires, but they were. it's a whole different way of looking at a vampire. It was good. I liked it. But I'll tell you, on this new double feature one, I did not like the first episode. I'll tell you, I'm annoyed with the teenagers. Annoyed with them. I couldn't stand them. Okay? But once we got to the third episode or the second one, I didn't mind it because now there's some action. Before they were just being teenagers, and of course, you know how teenagers now are all, I don't know. It honestly, I didn't think they were good actors. I didn't. So, which was very rare for me when it comes to American Horror Story. I tend to like the acting. I didn't like these teenagers, but now they're fine. They're probably going to die soon, so I don't care. I also didn't care for like the boys got pregnant by aliens, which I think is pushing. Plus, they were really, really pushing the gay agenda with those two characters, the two boys. And I'm a lesbian. You know, I don't know if they're trying to sell homosexuality to the general public, but I've seen it all, I've heard it all, and I thought it was kind of boring and stupid. But anyway, we got over that hump. Yes, we know you're gay, we know you're sexual, we know all this stuff. Okay, we get it. Then they got pregnant by aliens. Okay, so now we're at a point where they're in this outer space, and which I love. There's not too much alien stuff, you know, fake CGI shit. So I'm happy with that. Although, you know, the funny thing is, we've never seen this, a black alien. There's a black alien. And I'm glad that they're being a little diverse. They're not gray and they're not white. This one is black. But she's kind of a hybrid alien, like alien humanoid. Anyway, did you watch American Horror Stories? It's on Hulu, I think. Yeah, or you can get it on FX too, I think. But so I'm enjoying it. One of the boys is now giving birth, and hopefully he'll die after it gives birth because I'm sick of the teenagers. But because they kind of go back and forth in time, like back into the 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and it's in black and white. And I love when it's all I love when American Horror Story is in a certain period time because I love the architecture and the clothing and the way they speak. To me, they're really kind of putting together an art piece. But when it's current times and they're just like, you know, self-centered teenagers, it's just annoying to me, you know. But no, but I'm liking it so far. Okay. What's that thing about them calling the female cisgendered women? What's love? You know what? Since they have to label everything nowadays, I get so sick of it. I really do. They have to label everybody. So instead of you just being just a woman, because now they've redefined what a woman is, they now have to give you a special name. So you're a cisgendered woman, which means you're a biological woman who lives as a biological woman. That's all that means. You're a biological woman. You're a female. You have a vagina. Your body has a vagina. And you live as a woman. And you present yourself as a woman. That's it. You're just a woman. But they've had to put an extra layer, an extra label to it, since there's so many women now. Okay. See, some women have penises. I'm considering going trans so I can get work soon. The diversity quotas need filling. That's right. That's right, Miss Banksy. The Klingons are mostly black. You're right. But did you know in the original Star Trek, they weren't? In fact, they didn't even have like that forehead. I think they were just white people in fur coats. But yeah, you're right. They have made the modern Klingons basically black people. Kind of funny. I would think it's kind of racist because aren't Klingons aggressive and violent? Okay. Got to think about that. Me and Marqueen were very troubled today. We had breakfast and we ate at Norm's. Norm's is like a breakfast place here in California. I don't know if they're nationwide. I don't know. So we walk in, and first of all, there were people outside waiting. There were people, the whole waiting area was full. The outside was full. People were sitting on the planters and stuff. And I'm like, oh God, Marquina, we're going to have to wait. So we go in and we tell the guy wants our name, give him our name. And we go and sit down. I then notice that they have a counter. You know, like a diner, like the old time places where they'll have stools in front of a counter and it faces the kitchen. There was only 2 men sitting there. And they never gave us the option for the counter. And I said, they told it would be 30-minute wait. And I go, can we sit at the counter? Is there a 30-minute wait for the counter? They said, oh, no, you can go ahead and sit down. Why wouldn't you give me that option? Why wouldn't you tell me that? Why would you want more people waiting? Stupid. So anyway, we go and sit down immediately. Immediately, we get handed menus. Would you like coffee and water? Yes, I would. Immediately got served. And it's like, but you would have had us wait 30 minutes. Anyway, so we get our coffee and water. We get our menu. We order the bigger, better breakfast. Okay. Besides all that, we're facing the kitchen and we're watching everybody flipping and doing their stuff. We just noticed, and you guys, I don't think diversity has gone far enough. We were looking at the servers and we were looking at the cooks, and there was absolutely no diversity at all. And I'm wondering why they think that's okay in 2021 to have no diversity. And I'm not even going to tell you what race they were. I don't have to, because diversity is diversity, correct? I was absolutely shocked. And I'm wondering, are you exploiting a certain race of people? Because those are the only people working here and who are employed. Do you tear up the applications of other races? That's what I was worried about. And me and Marquina was noticing that. And I look at Marquina, I go, Marquina, look at this. Where's the diversity here? I just thought it was very sad to see that in America in 2021. Okay. Vegan Fluid said the very idea or movement of anti-racism perpetuates racism. It's Vegan Fluid, that is an argument that can be made. But you know what? A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Okay. Okay, you guys, I'm going over 2 hours here. So I'm going to see you guys. I'm going to go to the store. Companies should be firing all white privileged people to hire diverse. Well, Nick, I fortunately for this place, they didn't fill them with the positions with white people. So good on them. Good on them. They didn't hire any white people. But my God, the diversity at this restaurant in Southern California was suffering. I mean, it's very shocking in the year 2021. 2021. We still have not reached diversity here in Southern California. I think it's really sad. It's very sad for us as a society. Okay. But we have come so far. That's right. At least we've darkened the pool. Bye, Hoggy. Get in touch with me. Yes. Miss Banksy says we can't even sit down here in Sydney, Australia. If you don't have a jab passport at the moment, they reckon they will let us back in on. Right. Okay. See, Miss Banksy, that's exactly what I thought. They can't keep that up. They can't. It's impossible. It is impossible. There is no way that they can stop unvaccinated people from moving about and living a life and providing for their family. They just can't do that. They can't. So you think that December 1st, they're going to lift those measures and they're going to let everybody out? Jeez, that's just awful. I mean, you just can't, really, seriously. You can't run a country that way. You just can't do it. Okay, you guys, love you guys so much. I'll talk to you later. Have a great weekend. I hope, hopefully I can find time. You know what? I will. I'll find time. I will be house sitting again. I'll be house sitting again. So we can have fun while I'm house sitting because I have nothing else to do. Thank you guys. Love you. You have a great weekend until I see you again. And remember, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Take that